Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming and welcome to our latest video. We are back in Gibraltar for the SN Battle Reports No Retreat 5. Robin, what are you bringing?
My Iron Hands.
And I'm bringing my Space Wolves. So we've had, well, Robin has had a couple of practice games. I've just been chilling out for 2 days. It is day one of the tournament. 3 games today, 2 games tomorrow. Looking forward to this. It should be really good fun.
So as we walk into the retreat centre, we have the usual poster of everybody that's attending. Ace at the top because he won the last No Retreat 4. And then we have all the sponsors banners. Oh, look at that. There's us. Looks pretty cool. Pardo did a good job on that. Thank you, mate. Then we have the awards that we're all playing for today. That's probably the closest I'm going to get to them. And then we have a selection of units in here for the painting awards. These are more, this is the standard you want to do. There's my Wolfen down there. So this is the first of the gaming halls where all the action will be taking place this weekend. Let's have a quick look at these tables. They are absolutely stunning. The guys at SN do an amazing job of setting these tables up. Different mats as well, different themes going on. Really nice. This is a good board to play on. Robin played on this one in October last year. Always good fun with that roadway going across the middle. Rocky outcrop. Looking good. Some new scenery and some new boards this year as well. So we have like a railway complex, railway line running through the middle. Smashed up buildings. And then we move over to the live stream board, because SN will be live streaming a few of their games. And this table is phenomenal. It is absolutely gorgeous. And one thing that Pardo did show us, and I'm going to try not to break this, is that some of these bits here are magnetised, so they can take them off if they want to, and then just pop them back on. How cool is that for a battle board? That is really nice. Next side, we have the Orc table. Some specially made scenery. Big claw. Mr. Potato Head Stomper. Looking pretty good. There's no boards at this tournament that you think, I would not want to play on that. And this is one of my personal favourites. It's the snowboard. I love this. The Space Wolf Snow. Oh, just ties in so nicely. Really does. And then the next one along, we've got the Crash Spaceship. This was here last year. Some craters around it this year as well to add that extra depth in, so that should be good. Next, another new board. Stunning scenery. Absolutely stunning. And the final board in this room looks like a plague-ridden world. Nice bit of trench lines going on, some nice craters and fences all in the way. There's no board in here that I think, do you know what, I would not want to play on that. So here we go into the second room with the second set of tables. People's armies starting to be placed out. Table 1 is the Volcano table again. I love this board. This board is absolutely stunning. Here last year, never played on it, so maybe I will do this year. Next one, more large Mechanicum style terrain. Spread out, beautiful battle mat as well. Absolutely gorgeous. Table 3, a bit more of a dune planet. Like I was saying in the other room, every single table I would love to play on. Table 4, again another ruined city. All spaced out buildings and ruins. Absolutely beautiful. Next table includes the freeway. Now I did play on a battle board with that freeway on last year, and all these holes, if you roll dice on there, oh, it's a pain. You know, they've spread it out a little bit more. Got a bit different building scenery. Got this wonderful gate at the back of the battlefield. Beautiful, gorgeous board. And then the next one's probably my favourite. This is the Thousand Suns. If you ever have a read of any of the battle reports that SN do, they have featured this, and it is stunning when you look at this in real life. Beautiful battle mat. It is gorgeous. The detail on this battle mat is amazing. some interesting line of sight blocking with that massive great big building in the middle. It's going to make decisions where to put things quite difficult, but there's open bits in it as well. So yeah, that battle table will be fun to play on, if not slightly tricky. Eldar board, again from last year, trees this time, just to separate it out a little bit, but again, another stunning board. And then finally, we have the other part of the ruined city here. So there we go, that is every single battle table that SN have done for No Retreat 5. So here we go, this is game 1 of No Retreat 5. We are doing Retrieval as the primary mission, and we are doing Deadlock as the secondary, so the Maelstrom mission. I'm facing Chris from SN Battle Reports with his Chaos Army. Space Wolves are all down. He is still doing his drops, so I'll get +1 to my roll. Kind of turred up in the middle a little bit. Rune Priest trying something different. I'm running my Rune Priest behind my Thunderwolf Cav. There is a psychic power that will basically make them a 2-up armor save, so it counts as in cover.
So here we are, guys. My first game. It's my Iron Hands versus Frederick, and he has got a beautiful Elysian drop troops army. Lots and lots of bodies, lots and lots of deep striking units. It's going to be tough for me. Should be a good game though. Let's see how we get on.
Well, that's it. That's first game. That was bloody. Not much left on the Space Wolf front. I have 2 Wolfred and 3 Grey Hunters. Chris cleared up Maelstrom. He was just getting much better cards than I was. I was getting really difficult cards to score. Objectives in his half. He's so fast. He's in my face. Very, very quickly. Turn 2 in your face. Nothing I could do. So yeah, lost primary because Chris holds 1 primary objective and 2 primary objectives down there. Maelstrom obviously smashed me. I hold 1 primary. Maelstrom just annihilated me on the cards. I scored 1. I did score first strike. I killed a unit in the first round, but Chris got Linebreaker and Slay the Warlord. So yeah, lost all 3.
So there we go, that's the end of my first game, and it is actually a loss. I lost the primary, secondary and the tertiary. It was a really, really close game, really great game, right up until the last turn when Fred managed to just pop all of my units that were sitting on objectives. So yeah, that's what swung it in the end. But it was down to the wire. Fred is a really great opponent, and this army, not only is it absolutely beautiful, it's really quite fun list to play against. So it's powerful, but it's really fun.
Space Wolves are up against the Custodes. Hellblasters in here, Leviathan Dreadnought, all hunkered down missions. We are doing basically kill points, so a victory point for every unit we kill, and the Maelstrom mission where you get 3 objectives every single turn. So we've just rolled to see who goes first, and that's not me. So let's see if I can seize. I do on a 6.
So here we are in my second game. So I am playing against Kerry, the Colonel's better half. Much better half. And yeah, she has got a lot of Tyranids.
I know I said they were Custodes at the start, but they're not. They're Minotaurs. Silly me. Wow, that's another loss to the Space Wolves. Tabled. Absolutely brilliant game. Minotaurs. D3 mortal wounds on the charge every time. Painful. Very, very painful. I killed off the Tartarus Terminators. I killed off the Vindicator. And I killed off one of the Dreadnoughts. That was pretty much it. All the Space Wolves died, but great game.
So here we are at the end of game 2. That was an absolutely epic game. As you'd expect it to be, with the amount of Nids running across the board. Kerry managed to seize the initiative. So yeah, I was just basically turtled up here the entire battle, pretty much. That combat's been going on since turn 1. So yeah, that's been good. But it ended a victory to me. I've won the primary, won the tertiary, lost the secondary, and yeah, lots and lots of carnage. So that's 1 squad left, the Warlord, and then that Gribbly there, the only things left for the Nids. So that was A lot of shooting, a lot of fun. Great opponent. Really enjoyed that game.
So here we go, this is game 3, and I've been drawn against Hendrik from Germany, who is awesome. His Eldar are absolutely fantastic. Look at the paint jobs on these. These things are beautiful. So we are playing Relic. Relic is down, hidden just inside that building there. We are also doing Deadlock again, so starting with 6 objectives. Now, Henny finished deploying before me, so he gets +1 to his roll. So we're going to roll off to see who goes first. It's a 3 and a 1, so I get it. Do you want to try and seize? Go on then, let's see this seize. Oh, he's gone and done it with these damn SN dice.
Here we are for game 3 and the final game of day 1. And I am playing against a very familiar Raven Guard army. I'm playing against Paul Lawrence that I played last year. So this should be a good game. We are playing Relic and we are playing Deadlock.
That was an awesome game. I lost, but I don't care, because that was brilliant. That was so much fun. Henny took the primary, secondary, and the tertiary, but there was some brilliant stuff that happened in that game. So the Eldar Warlord was killed by the Wolfen. The priest for the Eldar hit the Wolfen, killed one off, and then in Death Frenzy, I killed the priest off. So that'll teach you to hit my Wolfen. Don't touch the puppies. So yeah, it's another loss. I am heading towards that wooden/metal spoon at the moment. I think, do you know what? I think I might actually try and win that.
So that's the end of game 3, and that was quite a brutal encounter. It always is when me and Paul play, isn't it, mate? Yeah, always. Every time. Yeah. So it was back and forth, and then I just started to take the lead, I think, from about turn 3, and I've managed to score a major victory. So I've got the primary, secondary, and tertiary, and killed 1,300 odd points of his army. So yeah, it was really brutal towards the end there, but really good, fun game.
So then, guys, that is it. That's the end of day 1 of No Retreat 5. Really good day. I'm so tired. 3 games in a day is so tiring.
Yeah, and the heat as well.
Oh, it's been really hot today in Gib. It started out quite windy, quite cool, and then as the afternoon's gone, it's got hotter and hotter and hotter. And there's just a bunch of sweaty geeks in rooms playing games with really crap aircon.
Yeah.
It gets a bit warm and a bit toasty, sweaty. So yeah, it's been hot. Do you want to tell them about your games first, Rob?
Yeah. So first game was against Fred. Is what they're called, the Elysian Drop Troops, which is a Forge World army.
Yes, it's very nice.
Yeah, beautifully painted. Fred is a really great guy as well. It was sort of quite a bit of an edgy game, really, in terms of none of us were really getting sort of the advantage over each other until right at the end, and then he just managed to sort of kill a few key units, which knocked me off objectives, which went from it being probably around a draw to being a major loss for me. But I always expect to lose in the first game, at least.
Yeah.
Always. So yeah, no surprise there. Second game, I was playing against the Colonel's wife, who has Tyranids. She's got loads and loads of gaunts with the big bugs which spawn them. I can't remember the name of them.
Termagants.
Is that what they're called?
I don't know.
Something like that.
Termagants. We'll go with
Nid
Termagants.
players in the chat.
Termagants. We'll go with Termagants.
Yeah, whatever, those ones. So I just had like tons and tons of those coming across at the board at me. She seized on me as well, so I couldn't thin out any of their numbers before they were right on me. So it was reminiscent of like Starship Troopers or something like that. It was a really cinematic battle because I just had wave after wave of these Nids just charging at me, and I was just like hunkered down right in the centre of the board in some little ruins, and all my tanks and all my dreadnoughts were just shooting everything as it was coming close. So it was a really, really cool battle.
I came over at one point and your ironclad dreadnought was just surrounded by about 20 or 30
it was
bugs.
30, yeah, it was
It looked
30.
so cool.
Yeah, it was 30, and I think he managed to kill something like 5 in the entire battle.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, your ironclad didn't do very well against her.
Yeah, but
her
the problem that Kerry had was she didn't really have anything other than the 2 Exocrines to deal with my high armour. So I managed to kill one. I think it was in the first turn, and the other one I just kind of ignored. Well, I had to because I was in close combat most of the time. So yeah, that was a really, really fun battle, and I've won primary, lost the secondary, won the tertiary, so a minor victory in total.
Yeah, I think it was minor for you.
I think that's how they count it. And then the third game, I've just played Paul Lawrence, who I played last October.
Yeah.
And last October, if you go and watch the video that we did last October, it was just absolutely crazy battle. It was like to-ing and fro-ing, and there was stuff that was dying that shouldn't have died, and massive things exploding, like my knight exploded and all that sort of stuff. This time it was like dreadnoughts exploding and like killing everything around it. We were joking because I accidentally picked up one of Paul's dice, and it turned out to be a tabletop tactics dice, and I rolled to see if the dreadnought exploded, and obviously I rolled that dice and it was a 6. So the dreadnought exploded, and then I think it wiped out a couple of units around it that were sort of thinned down, and put his warlord on like 2 wounds remaining. So yeah, that was just devastating. But in the end, his army wasn't really geared up to face that much armour. So yeah, he sort of struggled in the end to do anything. So I just managed to start to win that attrition, and then at the end, it just turned out that I'd won the primary, secondary, and the tertiary. So a major victory for me there. So it's been good day one. That'll probably come back to haunt me tomorrow when I'm on table with some of the bigger boys.
Yeah, you might just. So you got a minor and a major. That's pretty good going.
Minor, major.
I mean,
major loss as well.
I will say in this tournament so far, the difference between 8th edition and 7th edition that I've seen is there's not many Tau players, there's not many Eldar players. There's a few, but not many.
I think it's 2 of each.
2 of each, but Chaos. Oh, look at the mugs we get. Look, Robin's name on it, SN logo,
Lovely.
very nice touch.
Best thing ever. Thank you, Mr. Pardo.
Yeah, thanks, Pardo. But there's a lot of Chaos, which you'd expect. Their Codex has just dropped. But there's a lot of Chaos players here. There's a lot of Demon as well here. Demons are really, really good. So for me, day one has been 3 losses, and I haven't scored any primary, any secondary, or any tertiary. It's not going very well for my list, but I knew it kind of wasn't going to be because I'm very close combat, and 40k. Yeah, it's fine. I don't mind. I don't care. Do you know why I don't care? Because I've had 3 brilliant games. The first game was against Chris Shepherd with his what they're called, Red Corsairs, the Space Chaos Space Marines, 3 Helldrakes in it. And my Vindicator Assassin, he took out with a Helldrake in like turn 2, and I got to fire a bolt pistol, his pistol, in Overwatch, which I missed. So it went really, really well. Yeah, that was a good fun game, but harsh. Then my second game was against Diane, who, I'm sorry for pronouncing your name wrong, with his Minotaurs. Man, I thought when that game started out, and on the first turn I got like 3 secondary objectives. I scored all 3 of them, and I was like, this is going quite well. Vindicator Assassin had his warlord in his sights. The librarian, he'd been injured as well from Perils of the Warp. That was it. He'd injured himself in Perils of the Warp. I think he had like 3 wounds left, and my sniper was like, you're mine, I've got you. I need 2s to hit him. I rolled a 3. I was like, yes, here we go. I rolled a 1 to wounded. I needed a 2, and I rolled a 1. So I used a command point, rolled a 1. Next turn, same again, exactly the same again. Rolled a 1 to wound him, command point, rolled a 1 to wound him. Gutted, absolutely gutted. And then the Minotaurs counter-attack just came in and just wiped me. I was tabled. Brilliant game though. It was so much fun. There was so much stuff.
That Minotaurs list actually has been giving a lot of people a lot of bother.
Yeah, that Minotaurs list,
because it doesn't look anything.
It doesn't look scary. There's Leviathan in it. There's a Contemptuous Dreadnought in it. A Vindicator in there. There's Tartarus Terminators, a Librarian, Hellblasters, and some Primaris Marines. Normal Dreadnought as well. But yeah, it's giving a lot of people. It's quite niggly. It's quite hard. Its counterpunch is quite tough. But that game was like a complete story of 2 halves, I suppose. So I went from the Vindicator completely whiffing and not doing anything to me needing to make 12 3-up invuln saves on my Thunderwolf Cav, and I rolled all 12. 3-ups, all 12 of them in my hand, rolled them all. And that was the game. I'd either be awesome dice rolling or appalling dice rolling, and it was the appalling dice rolling that let me down. So a bit annoyed, but there's nothing I can do about that. And the third game, I just played Henny from Germany. Man, what a game that was. That was awesome fun. So his Eldar, his Eldar, wow, they painted up beautifully. They are tough. They're fluffy, but they're tough.
And we were just
Fluffy Eldar.
fluffy.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, who'd have thought fluffy Eldar list, but it's still bloody hard. So we were knocking chunks out of each other. But it was so cinematic, like you were saying about you and Paul's game. It was so cinematic. Like he's Wraith Knight. He's HQ, the Psyker kind of Wraith Knight thing. He died to Wolfen. Then his Farseer went into combat. He killed a Wolfen guy. Went, "You're dead." And then the Wolfen in Death Frenzy went, "No." Hacked him apart and killed him. So it was just really cinematic like that, and we were bouncing around, and in the end it just turned out that he'd beat me apart from a Rhino, a 5 Grey Hunters, or 2 5 Grey Hunter squads. Grey Hunter squads were alive. So yeah, fantastic day one. It's been brilliant fun.
Did he give you any chocolate?
He did. He felt that bad he had to go off and get me chocolate, to go back up to his room, get some chocolate and give it to me.
Fattens us up.
But we laughed all the way through it. It was brilliant fun. There was some great dice rolling in there for the pair of us as well. He's 4 up in run saves. He was making all of them pretty much, and it was just one of those games I just couldn't do anything. It was Relic as well, and he got the Relic early. The Wolfen went in. Thunderwolf Cavalry did quite well, but it was just 4 or 5 turns of just combat, just whittling me down, and that's what happened. But it's been a fantastic day one. I'm on for the wooden / metal spoon at the moment, and do you know what? I'm tempted. I'm tempted.
Oh yeah. He said like, I'm purposely going to win.
I might
spoon now.
So the next 2 games, I might set my army up and go, good game, GG. Let's call it. But no, I'm not going to. So I think tomorrow, I'm destined to play Shaggy from SM Battle Reports, who I faced last year, and it was my only game that I won. So it's kind of destiny. That
Really?
Yeah, it was, and it was the Sunday morning's first game that I faced him.
Then?
He's lost everything, but he's got a couple more points than me. I think he's won a tertiary. So he's got.
Kerry's lost everything as well.
So yeah, I could play Kerry with the Nids. I think I'd rather play Shaggy with his Imperial Guard, because it would be a repeat of my Ultramarines versus him. I think that'd be brilliant fun, and we had a great time last year. So it'd be good to see. It'd be a good game to have. But we head over to day 2. We're going to get some food, a couple of beers down us, and then sleep. This is it. First game of day 2, and I'm facing Nathan, aka Shaggy, who I faced on the first game of the Sunday in October, and I beat him back then. So he's Imperial Guard again, but he's up the ante. We have a lot more infantry, a hell of a lot more tanks, lots of firepower. We're playing Big Guns Never Tire, which kind of might help me with all of these heavy support choices all over the board. And we are also doing tactical escalation as well. So 1 objective on turn 1 to 2, 2, 3, 3. And we've also got priority orders as well. So I'm thinking about doing take and hold.
Day 2, game 4, and I am against a fairly familiar opponent. Never played him before, but I'm sure you'll all recognise Joe, the beard pointing from Tabletop Tactics. So this is going to be a bit of a slobber knocker, I think, 'cause it's Big Guns Never Tire. Joe has lots of tanks. I have tanks and dreadnoughts. We're going to knock chunks out of each other, so this should be really good fun. Yeah. If anything's left, we will be really disappointed. So yeah, let's see how we get on at the end of this.
I think revenge for last year. Nathan has just beaten me so close. That was such an awesome game. Nathan actually took primary, secondary and tertiary. All I have left is my Vindicare Assassin. Oh my god, what a game that was. That was fantastic. That was so much fun. Always a good game against Shaggy, always is. So, I'm on for the wooden spoon. 1 game left and no wins.
So that's the end of game 4, and it was absolutely brutal. I killed 1,600 points of Joe's army. He killed about 1,400 points of mine. We drew the primary. I won the secondary and won the tertiary. So it's a victory for the Geeks over Tabletop Tactics. Hooray! How'd you feel about that, Joe? Hooray!
So this is it. This is final game. I'm facing Kerry, who Robin faced earlier with her Nids. It's a lot of Nids. I'm going to get bogged down. I'm going to get bogged down, aren't I, in combat by these bad boys. I can already see how that's going to go. We have got mission primary is secure and capture, so 1 objective. Mine is back here. My Rhino on it. Kerry's is all the way back here, somewhere. Ah, it's underneath the model. There we go. There it is. I found it in the end. And then we're doing capturing. cleanse, I think it's called, or capture and control, where you have 3 objectives at all times.
So I've just started game 5, the last game of the tournament, and I'm playing against Martin, and he has brought the Ultramarines out in force with Gulliman. So yeah, this should be a fairly close one.
There we go, that's it. End of the tournament. It's another loss. I take the spoon. I take the wooden spoon. Hey, at least I am leaving this weekend with a trophy of sorts, I suppose.
So there we go, that is the end of my final match and the end of the tournament, and that was a victory for me, yay! And I scored primary, secondary and tertiary. It was absolutely brutal. Gurleyman was down here, he died twice. I didn't actually put any proper wounds on him from shooting or anything like that. He died from everything exploding near him and sticking mortal wounds on him. So that's the way to kill Gurleyman, obviously. So yeah, that was really good. So we'll go and have to see how we've done in the old ranking tables. That's 4 wins.
We have quite a lot of awards, and believe me, every single event gets harder and harder and harder. I don't know how many times I've had to go back and forth, ask guys, bring people that don't normally have a say in it, and say, what do you think of this? I've even thought about rolling dice to see who gets it on. So the standard just gets higher and higher. So we're going to start with the awards. As you saw, we had some models in the cabinet during the weekend. Those were highly commended models. Believe me, it was really, really difficult. Like, the standard was really, really high from everything. And we have awarded the best unit to, so he wins a trophy, certificate, and £20 from Wargames, is James Odell and his Blood Angels Statistics Squad. So best painted vehicle, again winning a trophy, certificate and £20 from Wargames, we have given to Darren Allen's Leviathan. So characters, there was loads of characters, really, really nicely painted, but the winner trophy, again certificate and £20 from Wargames, goes to Chris Tutil's Changeling. Okay, a very important award, Players Play Awards. So these have been voted by you guys throughout the weekend for your best game. And the bet, so you get £30 from White Shark Studios. Thank you, donated by Ian. Where is he? Yeah, thank you very much. And a box of Space Marines, and the trophy, and the certificate, of course. That goes to Simon Truell. Best painted armies. So that was really, really close, actually. I'm just going to go over what you get. There's just one winner, but I'm just going to say it was that close. I'm just going to say who came third and who came second, but there's only prizes for first place. He gets a trophy, he gets €40 worth from Cromlech, he gets £20 from Wargames, and a free No Retreat 6 tickets. Okay? In third place, with 31 points, was John Hickton and his Tyrannus. In second place was, with 38 points, was Joe Jones and his Thousand Suns. And in first place, by 1 point, 39 points, was Frederick Carrasco and his Alicia. Essen Awards. Basically, this is some really, really special awards that we vote for, the Essen team. We judge them on what we think the hobby is all about and what we think and why we started Essen. Basically, we look at the army in general, how they look together, how uniformity, and we look a bit about the list, the paint job, everything in general, and what it's all about when you build an army. Okay, so we've got 5 prizes for that. You each get £20 from Wargames again. Thank you very much. A trophy, certificate, a No Retreat 5 mugs, and £25 off your next No Retreat ticket if you're interested in coming here. Okay, so first off we have Frederick Carrasco. Second up, a gorgeous, very elite army, something you don't see a lot. Toby and his custodes.
I'll come back here.
I just want to mention that when the team comes in here, we all like vote for a couple. We top up our best 5, and I think I ended up with a list of 10 or 9. So it was really difficult to jot down, and the more you take off, the more difficult it gets. So it was like very, very difficult. That's why I've actually taken some time to come back into the room, because we just had to decide last minute. So that's how tough this is. As you can see, all armies were to a very, very high standard. Okay, next up we have another very, very elite army. Beautiful paint job. And that's Joe Jones and his okay, 2 more. So very, very cool crystal medals. So next up, 2 more to go. An awesome army with a massive centerpiece that created what really, really struck us, and that's Aaron Mosquera and his orcs. And last but no means least, an awesome list. I love the list. The freehand was absolutely spectacular. The colors they had used on it as well. And that was Hendrik Mueller and his Eldar.
The chocolate works.
I just want to mention that for the best army, we don't allow commission painted armies to bid, but for the Essen Awards we do. Okay? Okay, so that's it for the Essen Awards, and we're down now to the big one. The big one. Okay, just a second before I start with that. It was really, really cool that we had 4 girls applying this year for No Retreat, and 2 of them made the cut. So I just want to give a little something to them. So it's both Tess. As you can probably also think the same, it was really cool to have some girls playing at an event. So thank you for coming. Hope you had a nice time. Okay, I'm gonna go quickly from bottom to top and stop at 6th place. Try and stop at 6th place, but I don't make a mistake. Okay.
Important one first, anyway.
Yeah. So last, there's no spoon, but there's something else. He's got no points for 40k, so we thought he should start another game. And that's Richard Hope and his face. so I'm gonna just say names, okay, not in order, and I'll stop a bit, try and stop at 6th place or 5th place. Okay, so next we have Martin Baker, Paul Lawrence, Tess, Kerry, Adam, Matthew Johnston, Joe Pointing, John Hickton, Harry Scarr, James Odero, Chris Shepherd, Nathan Rodriguez, Darren Allen, Adon Mosquera, Joe Jones, Martin Gato, John Wamsley, Julian Chichon, Hendrik Mueller, Mikey Herbert, Simon Troel, Maxwell, Ian Gonzalez, Dayan Poso, Jamie Robson, Paul Tonks, Ryan Kemp, Toby Lydiard, Frederick Gradasco, and Martin McNeil. Okay. 7th place is Tristan Whitehead and his chaos. 6th place is Robin Neal and his Iron Hand. 5th place is Chema Triguero and his Zinch Demons. And sadly not making top 3, but well deserved, Lewis Adams and his Tau Empire. And no drone spam, so that's really, really good. Okay, 3rd place. So 3rd place gets you a trophy, certificate obviously, and £20 from Wargames is Mark Cumberholm and his Imperial Knights. Second gets a trophy, certificate again, and £50 from Wargames.
Yes.
Is Lawrence Baker and his Dark Eldar. Really, really tough matchup at the end. Really, really good game. And first, so we've got a new champion. And that is Christopher Tutil and his Chaos Demons. He gets a trophy. He gets a trophy. He gets a free ticket to No Retreat. He gets £70 from Wargames and a free shipped GameMat.eu mats. Okay? So, the speech, there's always a speech for the winner.
Alright, yeah, thanks so much to all the team who organised this. I haven't been in the hobby that long, but I'd heard how much of an awesome event this was. Just my final word of mouth, I got a kind of last minute invitation, and I can just see why it's so popular. The format, the way it's run, absolutely fantastic. Being in the room with such nice people. I've still never had a bad game at 40k, but every single game's been so thoroughly enjoyable. So thank you very much everybody for making it such a great experience, and can't wait to come back next year.
So guys, that's it. That's the end of No Retreat 5. It's been eventful from both of our points of view. So I finished last. Didn't win any games, didn't win any primary, secondary or tertiary, and I finished on no points. Yay me. I think that is a record for SM Battle Reports. I don't think they've ever had anybody finish on no points before. Not bothered. It's all about fun for me and meeting up with everybody and having a laugh, and that's exactly what we've done. Robin, on the other hand, has done quite well.
Yeah, done quite well. I don't know how.
No, I don't know how. I don't think anybody knows how. So you've done
Everyone's
quite
like-
well.
Yeah, in fact, everyone has just said, "How did you do that well? What is it with your list?" I'm like, I don't know.
It's quite, apart from the fact you've got quite a few dreadnoughts in there, it's quite a normal.
Yeah, it
normal
doesn't,
list.
It doesn't look like anything. I've got 4 dreadnoughts, for God's sake.
No,
You
it's
know, I've got like a Leviathan dreadnought, which is tough. I've
Yeah.
got a Derrideo dreadnought with the 2 big las cannon things, which is good at shooting.
Yeah.
I've got an Ironclad, which is an ironclad.
And then I've got the new Redemptor Dreadnought, which is a Redemptor Dreadnought. You know, there's nothing sort of particularly special. It doesn't look particularly special. It's got a lot of las cannons. But yeah, I've just been chunking up the wins. So I had a major loss my very first game, and then I had a minor victory and a major victory, and then coming in today I've had a minor victory and a major victory. So I've got 4 wins in total, and that put me in 6th place.
Mate, you did really, really well. You've done very well. And to be honest, your list is the kind of list that you'd probably bring to a normal battle report anyway.
Yeah.
So and
it's like my list is proper fluffy. You know, it
is actually for Iron Hands.
It's Iron Hands, and it's all dreadnoughts, a tech marine, and tanks. How much more fluffy can you get?
That is
for
very,
Iron Hands?
that is very true. For Iron Hands, it is very fluffy.
It's just really resilient.
Yeah.
There's a lot of toughness 8. And with the psychic powers that I take, I make the Redemptor the toughness 8 as well.
Yeah.
People just struggle to deal with that much toughness 8 rolling up at them. So yeah, it was really good. My last two games, I played against Beard this morning. The Beard, and his army was quite similar to mine. He brought his Iron Warriors, so very resilient. He had 3 Sakarans, and then lots of Obliterators. So again, lots of sort of high power shots. So we were just blowing chunks out of each other. I think I destroyed something like 1,600 of his, and he destroyed 1,400 points of mine. And I just snuck a win right at the end. And then my last game I played against Martin from Sweden, who's a really great guy, and he basically had Ultramarines with Gulliman, Razorbacks with assault cannons on, then the Fire Raptor, which had sort of normal Fire Raptor build, but you can put 2 las cannons on each wing on the Fire Raptors now. So we had it that build, so that was pretty scary. So obviously you're just sort of moving up in that blob, so everything's getting the rerolls to hit, rerolls to wound, because they're near Gurleyman. But that meant that I could just sort of focus on shooting and funneling him. So that's what I managed to do, and got him into a bit of a meat grinder, and then I managed to kill Gurleyman twice, because he obviously comes back to life. But I killed him without putting a wound on him, if that makes sense. So basically, first couple of wounds I put on him was from the Razorback that I blew up to get first strike, that then blew up and then put 2 mortal wounds on him. Next turn I did it again, blew up another Razorback, mortal wounds on him. The next turn I charged my Leviathan into him, and he killed it, and it blew up, put mortal wounds on him. And then the next turn my Librarian moved up and smited him, and I got a 12 on the smite, so I perils. But obviously I got the spell off, so you do the D6 shots, and I rolled a 6, so I took off his last 6 wounds. That killed him. He then came back to life, but only came back to life with 1 wound. My Redemptor charged him, and he killed my Redemptor. It blew up in his face and took off that 1 last wound. So I killed him without actually hitting him. Just hit him with mortal wounds.
The Ultramarine player in me now is crying.
It was great.
He's quite crying.
It was great. So yeah, that was pretty much. It sort of went the distance, but it was a major victory there. So, and yeah, pretty much destroyed his entire army. But it was it was just a crazy game. But it's been such a good tournament, not just because I placed well. Because coming into this tournament, I looked at my list and I thought, I might get 2 wins. If I get 2 wins, I'll be happy. That's what I was kind of aiming for. And then after the first day, you kind of think, I could maybe squeeze out 3 wins, and I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with mid-table. And then obviously at lunchtime, I was thinking, actually, I won 3 games. Going on, I could probably, if I get lucky, I might get a 4th win, and then that could get me into top 10. So I was thinking, if I get into top 10, I'll be over the moon. And then to finish bloody 6. That's
Yeah, you've done
that's
really,
my,
really
my
well.
highest result in any tournament. So
I think
really, really happy.
it's been a fantastic tournament, an amazing 5 games. All 5, I've lost them all and I don't care, but all 5 games have been great fun. But I think my whole tournament was probably summed up in 2 games. So yesterday I played Dian in with his Minotaurs, and I couldn't make couldn't make any saves, and then had to make 12 invulnerable saves. Made them all. That summed that game up. And then today with Nathan or Shaggy with his Imperial Guard, it was a case of the first 2 turns I was absolutely steamrolling him. I was mullering him left, right and centre. I was pulling objective cards out, and then all of a sudden his dice woke up, and then he was hitting everything, he was wounding everything, he was saving everything, and there was nothing that I could do because his dice were hot. They literally just woke up after 2 turns. I went, oh, well, are we playing a game? Oh, okay. And it just turned the game, and that kind of summed it all up. And then my last game today was against Kerry with her Nids. Great game. It's her first 40k tournament. We went in there fighting over wooden spoon, and she won it. And she just swarmed me with just a bucket load of bugs.
Yeah, I played that.
You played that
yesterday,
yesterday, so you suffered the same.
Yeah.
You know, bucket load of bugs just tying you down. So it's one of them things. It can't be helped. But it's been a fantastic tournament. So I want to say a massive thank you to the guys at SM Battle Reports for organising this.
Pardo.
Yeah, thank you, Pardo. Thank you, guys and girls, for looking after us over the last 4 days. It's been fantastic. And we will hopefully be back next year. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment on the video. What do you think to this idiot finishing 6th? Do you think it was luck? I think it was luck. Please give us a like, it does help out the channel. Why not subscribe if you haven't done so already? Don't forget to click that little notification icon so you never miss any of our content, and as always, we'll see you on the next one.